Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to do something slightly different. I'm waiting on a few things coming for the car, so there was another small job I had to do, in that I had to do a couple of sumps, extending them, making them slightly higher capacity, is a favourite of a couple of the fellas. So what we'll do is we'll quickly really have to do one-eyed. Give me a second. Yep, that's the camera switched round, and we'll be covering, I think, a few things from these fellas at R-Tech. R-Tech have been absolutely fantastic supporting anything I've done welding wise and the project. So this will be the small project for today. I've already cut and formed the metal. I didn't think anybody really wanted to see that, marking out, cutting, shaping. And what we'll be doing today is TIG welding in this extended part of the sump. There's already enough room there for things to flow and drain back down. It's a nice tug fit all the way around. We'll cut the end piece at the end, we'll mark it out perfectly so that we can actually get a nice corner weld all the way around here. And this will be the first time I will be using the air-fed mask. Now, as you might have seen at the start of the video, I had a small incident with my eye. It wasn't actually during doing any work, it was actually complete stupidity when I was getting changed. That's not here and there, but this mask, as I said, is air-fed. So any fumes, any nasties come off of this, it will keep me safe from that, because I find very much it's very difficult for me now to wear a respirator at the same time as I have the big mask on. It comes down, clunks it, so it gives me a very bad angle. This mask in particular, the viewing angle, even when it's not flipped down, is absolutely fantastic. The view through the front for welding, just as good. So I'll be giving this a go and we will see. But I'm very positive that it'll make the whole experience much more pleasant. And being a person who wears glasses and still having to wear a respirator, I find most welding masks to be quite cumbersome, especially when you're trying to get into corners and bits and pieces, and really towards the back of the head and the top, this doesn't take up any more space, and there's a few added benefits. So just let me get the other camera set up and we will give it a go. Just in case anyone was actually wondering, the tool we'll be using today is another tool from R-Tech. Was an acquisition I made last year, which is one of their lower end TIG welding machines. Now, I don't do a lot of sheet metal that's really thick, so they do a lot higher current models, a lot more features. For the straightforward stuff that I'll be doing, I'll probably be using this thing really towards the low end of what its capability is. R-Tech actually have some fantastic videos online showing how to set these up, so I won't go into that. They do it far better than I do, with examples of the welds that you can get out of it. But certainly the machine was a fantastic choice for me, and it'll be living on the bench for quite some time to come. Okay, camera switched over, and an audio check may sound muffled. You hear the noise of the air in the background, but yeah, it's actually the view in here. Mask is up, and yeah, so let's get started on the workpiece. Audio is working, and yeah, top up, flip down, all good. Yep, sorted. Then I turn it around, as you can see there's actually a fair amount in there. I can still wear my glasses for seeing, and all good. Okay, other than the small contacting damage at the tip, not one bit of fume, not one bit of hassle inside the mask. Absolutely fantastic. Time to do the rest now. Hi there folks. On the last video that I did on the extended oil sumps, which was just a break from the norm, I touched upon using a new mask, and I thought on review before I published the footage that maybe an explanation was in order as to why such a perceived complicated piece of equipment is needed. Well, the simple answer to that one is I'm not getting any younger. I do find it difficult to breathe, and more importantly, a lot of the coatings and other nasties that are in the body shells of these old cars, they are really nasties. You know, you might think, oh, there's a whiff, but if you've smelled it, it means it's already inside your body. And more often, I'll go home now and I'll have a cough, and even my wife started to comment, now, you've been working on those old cars again, haven't you? I said, yes, I have. How do you know? She'll tell me you're coughing. So not only have I had to take a long hard look at the normal PPP aspects, you know, cuts, abrasions, and it takes very little. I mean, I've been doing this since before I could actually drive, and within the past 2 years, I've lost count of the amount of serious accidents I have had. One, I stupidly removed the guard on the grinder to get access to a small area, and even although the root cause was me passing out when I bend over, which was a gift from COVID take one, if the guard had been in place, the injury would have been a lot less. And I did have protective gloves on, but when it comes to things like 1mm discs, such as these, they are absolutely lethal. I've always had the greatest respect for them, and I do use them in 2 sizes. I use them in my cordless grinder in this size, in the mains grinder in this size, but for more intricate spaces I actually use a small handheld air tool. Now, to cut a long story short, I took a shortcut and I used this in a tight space. Now, to get there I had to take the guard off, and I passed out. It could easily be something else. It could just have jammed, stuck, and it shattered. And when these things shatter, not even most lengths of PPE will protect you, because it shattered, and the only piece on my protective glove that was stitched was a thumb piece, and couldn't make it up. That's where the flying half of the disc went, right through the stitching, and you might not actually just see it there, but that was it. I ripped it from here all the way down there, took out all the tendons and the tissue right to the bone, and as a result I have very limited mobility in there, and you've no idea how that's a hindrance. Operation wise, what is normally a 30-minute repair was 3.5 hours, and up from here to here. Surgeon was an absolute magician. To recover as much as I have was really, really good. But to get to the main point, if you'll watch the video section on when I TIG welded the sumps, you'll have seen with the light the fumes going straight over the top of the helmet. Now normally I have one of these on. It's fairly robust. Does the job. That's what we need to do. It's quite awkward to wear with glasses, which I need to wear. Even for close-up things, I'll have to start putting safety glasses and things on. Not so difficult. However, in a tight space under a wheel that's trying to put this on, simply doesn't work. So, as you do, the compromise is normally lose the respirator. And I have been seeing more and more that that's a very, very big problem for me. So when I spoke to the fellows at R-Tech Welding, absolutely fantastic bunch of fellas, couldn't be any more helpful. I ended up getting an air-fed mask, which they had just launched, called the Spritus, and you'll see in a quick, see this tucks underneath. The chin, and more importantly, all of the air will flow in and out, just like the air-fed mask that I use for spray painting. And you wouldn't go in and you wouldn't paint without one of those on, especially with some of the coatings we've got these days. But the main benefit is I can wear my glasses. It's a fantastic view. As you can see, it's almost full face, and that's it in grinding mode. That's us in welding mode. Now I can still see the camera around there, and around there. And it takes up over all of my head, no more room than a normal helmet would, but I have the added benefit of I don't have to breathe in the nasties that it generates. Starting to get a bit steamed up here as it's not actually running. Now, weight in these two, I'd say there's a few 100 grams more than this helmet, but it doesn't weave. It's not much. It's certainly not something that we would notice as hobbyists repairing their old cars and sheds. However, with the air filling up the pocket and exiting and being filtered at the other side, which we'll get to in a minute, the one thing it doesn't do when we have these on is it doesn't create an area to actually capture the fumes and have it sitting, which is right in front of us here. We'll have direct access, so small drawback, bit less than mobility, is this is a belt filter unit. Now, it doesn't weigh anything, completely rechargeable. Not so noisy. Back off again. And clip wise, it will sit quite happily. I'm not going to jump up, but it's there. I don't really feel the weight. Although, yes, you are correct. I could be doing with losing a few pounds and getting this belt a bit tighter. Story for another day. But certainly connecting the mask up, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop the microphone inside. There we go. Now that's not too noisy. It's not causing me any great grief. Everything is perfectly visible, but more importantly, the air's actually nice and fresh, even compared to what it was outside. No big drafts in my neck. Still plenty of room. And we'll go back off with that. Disconnect ourselves and mask off. Overall, it looks like it was space my helmet. Certainly for what it offers, it's not that bulky, and trust me, yeah, your lungs will love you for it, especially as you get older.